Daaaaaaaamn YouTube! Back at it again with another TEW video, and it's the new series that you heard me talk about in the last video, where I was talking about how much of a lazy bum I've been. But with the new video, here we go. The new series, TNA 2009. I know I said 2010, but doing this in November of 2009, as you could tell, will give us 2 months. 2 months to build up to the War with WWE, because we will be switching from Thursday Night Impact to Monday Night Impact. And we're gonna basically try to see if we can do a better job booking the new Monday Night Wars than what actually happened in 2010. Because let's be honest, that was just TNA literally being the fucking stupidest shit in the world. Like, if they really thought that they could compete with the WWE at the stage that they were at, that's kind of stupid. But is it stupid though for me to do it? I don't know. Let's find out. This is the first episode of Impact. A little backstory going into it. I read up on the episode right before we'd be booking this episode of Impact, so I'm trying to use ideas from the last episode of Real Life Impact going into this. As you can see, we're all Paul Heyman. I decided to bring him in because of the negotiation talks of Paul Heyman actually coming in to take over TNA with the book and everything. So we'll do that, as we're going to be Paul Heyman. And then I tried to book based off of this stuff, like I said. So this first episode is going to be a little shifty. There's also an incident where I don't have a couple of my tag teams because of New Japan. 3 tag teams to be exact, because of New Japan using them. And yeah, so we're going to have to fix that before the next episode. I'll sign them to writtens. Hopefully they'll sign after breaking the agreement with New Japan, which is going to suck, but hey, what are you going to do? Let's get into this first episode. We have incidents right off the bat. We have 3 incidents involving Desmond Wolf and Don West. Let's see what happens. Desmond Wolf was obnoxious and damn. Desmond Wolf was being obnoxious and eventually beat up Don West after a fight broke out between him. As his employer, you now have to choose how to deal with Desmond Wolf. We're gonna give him a stern warning not to beat up Don West. And he's also booked yet, so we can't do this. So I'm gonna have to cut right here. I'm gonna cut after I edit all these. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do stern warning for this one. Kurt Angle versus Shark Boy. I really hope it's a mentorship. Oh! A click of Kurt Angle, James Storm, and Mick Foley caused heat backstage when a mean-spirited rib they pulled on Shark Boy nearly led to a fight breaking out. Why are they gonna go and fuck with Shark Boy? I'm gonna do stern warning to all 3 of them as well. And that's such a weird click, by the way. And then an incident involving Daniels and Alyssa Flash. I'm terrified now. Oh! Oh, shit! Daniels has been passing on tips on working as a babyface to his protege, Alyssa Flash. That's awesome. I actually want to go really quick now. Let me go and show you guys this, because this year, that actually does shit, I've heard. So I want to check and see what her babyface performance is now. Where do you do that at? Skills? Yeah. 55. Can we track that real quick and see what it started off at? Nah, you cannot. Damn. Alright. I don't know what it started off as, but I definitely think it improved a bit. I'm not gonna lie. So that's good. Good stuff, Daniels. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do edit out all these angles real quick, as you know that we have to do. And we're going to, I'll just put this on the screen real quick so you guys don't see anything. Let me edit this real quick, and we're gonna cut, and we're gonna be right back. Alright, we're back. And now let's run the show. Now that we got all that handled, I did stern warnings for all those incidents that you saw. Let's go ahead and get the show started now. We kicked things off with Desmond Wolf coming out. I forgot to make Kurt Angle off screen. God damn it. It's alright. Imagine Angle's off screen. Alright. Desmond Wolf comes out talking about he's dressed to compete. He's talking about how at the end of the show last week you saw him take Kurt Angle out. You saw him injure a legend in this business. And tonight he's going to keep on with that same momentum of dominating whoever steps in front of him. So he lays down an open challenge, and Black Machismo comes out, Jay Lethal. Desmond Wolf clearly enjoyed having freedom to go off script. Black Machismo was not suited to his gimmick. The Angle got off to a strong start, got the crowd hotter. That's going to suck on the next match because I made them work the crowd. Actually, it did. Oh, okay, yeah, it did. Desmond Wolf had an 80 in-ring performance and a 72 for Jay Lethal. That's good. Desmond Wolf seemed off his game. We had a match that had great wrestling and good heat. Desmond Wolf beat Jay Lethal, helps Wolf maintain that good momentum. He basically does the same thing he did to Kurt Angle last week. He hits Jay Lethal with that rebound lariat, and then after the pinfall, we have Jay Lethal getting wheeled out on a stretcher. Desmond Wolfe is happily walking up the ramp when all of a sudden Kurt Angle appears on the Titantron and talks some smack, says you haven't beaten me, you may have dropped me and the ref may have called it early, but you didn't beat me. I want you one-on-one at Turning Point, which is the upcoming pay-per-view, to which Desmond Wolfe says, alright, I'll face you at Turning Point, and we now have one match set up at Turning Point. And then we go on to backstage, where Tara is backstage being interviewed by Christy Hemme. Christy Hemme's asking Tara what does she feel about the attacks that Awesome Kong's been doing to her, and Tara's basically like, well, she could try to attack me again, but it's not going to work, yada yada yada, some babyface promo. We go into Awesome Kong versus Sarita, mentioning Awesome Kong. They have really good chemistry and it helped lift the match. That's good. A 60C, that's really good. Something I really like with TNA is the Knockouts division when it comes to actual in-ring in-ring competition. It's great when it comes to the in-ring stats, so it's gonna be fun to book them. Awesome Kong getting an in-ring performance of 73 and Sarita had an in-ring performance of 75. That's good. So Kong wins, just something small to give Kong momentum, obviously. Then we go on to the next segment, where backstage we have World Elite members Eric Young, who is also the TNA Global Champion at the moment, and Homicide. And Eric Young's telling Homicide that tonight's his chance to show the world that the Elite run the world. No pun intended. Pun intended? You know. Alright, but Eric Young's like, tonight's your chance. You have the next division title shot up next. You don't need to make us lose. You need to win. You need to make us look strong. Make Roman look strong. Next segment is Homicide versus Amazing Red. That did a 73. That's really fucking good. This is for the X Division title. The Amazing Red defeated Homicide with the Red Eye. And so Amazing Red makes his number one defense, or his defense number one, Jesus, on this save, obviously, because we just started. Homicide had a 78 in-ring performance, and the Amazing Red had a 77 in-ring performance. This match got the crowd buzzing. That's great. It did really good, way better than I expected. I was expecting maybe a 65. A 73 is great, though. Big things for the X Division. Let's go. Up next, we have World Elite members Eric Young, Sheik Abdul-Bashir, Kiyoshi, and Homicide begin to jump the Amazing Red, only for Kevin Nash and then Beer Money to come out and make the save. I didn't really remember at all, like I had no recollection of the fucking World Elite Kevin Nash feud. So, and Magnus and Doug Williams were going to be in this segment, but they're working New Japan right now. So I just threw Robert Roode and James Storm in just because, you know, Beer Money, why not? They're feuding with them anyway. So, this excelled 3 storylines. That's good. We go into the next match. This is just something to give Rhino some work. Plus, I wanted to see how good Creed is when it comes to in-ring performance. So, 56, not bad at all. Rhino defeats Consequences Creed with a pile driver. Don't know why it's not a gore, but you know, it's cool. And it brought the fans back down again, which is great as always. We go into the next segment, which is backstage. We just see like a 1-minute segment where Dr. Stevie and Daphne are talking, and she's asking Stevie what is he gonna do with Abyss, and he says, tonight I'm gonna show Abyss that if I don't win, I'll leave, and Mick Foley better not get his nose in my business ever again. Yada yada yada. And then basically this is what happened in real life as well. What I'm doing with these two. Stevie wins the loser leaves town match, and Stevie, well, it's not really a loser leave town. It's more, I think they called it a Stevie leaves town match, where if only Stevie lost, then he would leave. But we basically did the same gimmick where Raven comes out and Raven returns during this segment. So we bring Raven back. Abyss lost because of the Raven interference, so Dr. Stevie gets a win over Abyss. Then we go into the next segment, which is main event time actually. Samoa Joe's coming down to the ring, and then Daniels comes out, and before Joe's main event match, and Daniels comes out. As you know, that Daniels and Samoa Joe last week got into an argument about who would attack AJ Styles, who keeps attacking AJ Styles, I should say, because AJ got attacked last week. As you know, Daniels and Samoa Joe are going to be facing AJ Styles in a triple threat match at Turning Point. So Daniels comes out before Samoa Joe's opponent with a microphone, walking down the ramp saying, I know that it was you who attacked AJ Styles and you're trying to frame me, so I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm going to sit out here on commentary. That did an 89. That's really good. So we have a guest commentator in this main event match. It is Christopher Daniels. Samoa Joe versus Suicide is the main event. Samoa Joe defeats Suicide with a Coquina clutch. Suicide had a 77 in-ring performance. That's really good. Samoa Joe had an 89. That's great. I can't wait to do the triple threat match. This match got the crowd hotter. That got a 74. And then after the match, what happens is Christopher Daniels stands up on commentary, puts his headset down, starts walking to the ring, clapping his hands, and Samoa Joe slowly stands up, but out of nowhere, over the crowd, comes the man that attacked AJ Styles. It's a hooded attacker. He has a hood on, he's covering his face, and he beats Daniels down from behind. Samoa Joe goes to get out of the ring, but then stops and just watches the attack. And after Daniels is pummeled, the attacker leaves the ring, or leaves the arena. And Joe then Joe gets out of the ring, stands over Daniels and shakes his head and says, "I told you so." And that was the end of the show. And we got a 72. The crowd was disappointed not getting any matches that had their match aim set as being storytelling. Okay, see, I forgot about that. I remember the one where we had to Car Crash, Steal the Show, or Mayhem. And I did Car Crash for the X Division match. But I forgot to do storytelling, or else I would have done it for the Samoa Joe versus Suicide match. But that's alright. We got a 72 B-. That did really good compared to what I thought it was going to do. The show increased our popularity in 26 regions. What more can you ask for? But alright guys, that's going to do it here for episode 1. I'm going to try to get episode 2 recorded up real quick and get it uploaded so we can go ahead and get this series jump started. Can't wait to do this series. Going into 2010, it's going to be really good. I love the roster at the time. The storyline starting off, could use some work, but what are you going to give whenever it's TNA? So yeah, thank you guys for watching this. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and keep your head up because the new series is coming at you. Take it easy guys.